Welcome back to Center Valley Talk. I am the host of the show, Mike Briggs, where we talk about business, art, people doing cool things in Fresno, kind of addressing some of the problems Fresno faces and some of the good people out there that are doing good things to address the problems. You know, there's tens of thousands of stray dogs running around Fresno County, many that are picked up, and I don't want to say what eventually has to happen to a bunch of them, but there's a lot of people out there who are stepping in and saying, no, wait, before you go around destroying animals, let us help, let us get involved, let us see if we could do something. And so I invited in Mell Garcia from Mell's Mutts.
Yes.
You rescue animals.
I do.
When you say rescue, you mean you literally rescue them from having to lose their life because...
Absolutely. When we say rescue, we don't take that word lightly. Mm-hmm. We literally are in the trenches out there actually getting them from orchards and the streets.
I want to talk to you more about that in a minute, but first I think you want to address the biggest issue, I think, and that's people who don't have their dogs spayed or neutered.
Absolutely. That is the main problem with our overpopulation in Fresno.
Is it hard to get that done? Is it expensive? Why do people not do it?
You know, that's a good question. You know, there's a lot of factors. It is not cheap. However, there are resources out there. Our Rescue is one, for example. There's other places like Hope and, you know, different vets will also offer vouchers at times or low cost.
There's a way to get it done.
There's a way to get it done. You know, before we would say it's lack of education, but I kind of don't think that's what it is now because we're spreading the word that this needs to be done.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick little story. I got a black lab from a breeder, and now people tell me why you don't get them from breeders, and sometimes the mixed breeds are better pets, I understand. So we lived out in the country on 5 acres, far away from any other dogs, and my dog was in heat. And she sat by the door. We kept her inside. We opened that door, and she's gone. And way out on like 2 acres away, I could see the lights, the eyes of a dog out there who's just sitting there waiting for her. Yeah. So there's no way to avoid it. You
Absolutely.
Can't, no matter how you try. And why did we want to avoid? We didn't want puppies or anything. Were we lazy? I don't know what it was, but that's why Mell's here to give us a little like, Mike, you better do the right thing next time.
And you know, a lot of times that happens. It happens to all of us. You know, I was in that position at one point in my life too. But when you know better, you do better. Sometimes it takes, you know, situations like that, and people are like, or they have what they would say is an oops litter, like, oh, I didn't mean to, but I didn't get her fixed on time. Yeah. And then it's so much trouble, they're like, oh, gosh, we will never do this again. We got to get her fixed.
Yeah. But now there's a letter out. It's sad. And by the way, you brought some pictures that we're going to put up here in a second. You see these cute little puppies, but there's no way they're going to survive out on their own. People just abandon these and dump them and things like that.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you have any stories for any of these pictures in particular, but here's just some that are...
Yeah, so as you can see, they're puppies in crates, you know, that on a regular basis are dumped in orchards, are discarded. What we think, you know, oh, puppy, everybody's like, oh, puppies are so cute, and they are, but it's sad when they are in this condition, and the reason why this happens is, once again, because of the failure to spay and neuter your dog.
And it's not like, oh, we got 10 or 20 extra puppies on our hands in Fresno County. It's tens of thousands. I read 50,000.
And honestly, it's probably more than that. And there's just not enough people that want to have dogs. I mean that want dogs. There's just the dogs outnumber people.
This picture's really sad. The moms are chained up and the puppies are trying to nurse.
That picture right there was from a few years back. Somebody had reached out to us. Very, very sad. They said that they didn't want the puppies. I want to say that they had something like 20 puppies from 2 moms, and they had to tie the moms up because the moms wanted nothing to do with the puppies.
Yeah.
You know, and then what happens to all those puppies? That right. You know, and that's right there. That picture is you know, a social media post that on a regular basis, that's what we do. You know, people need to see.
A good Samaritan found 3 puppies in a crate off of Kearney Boulevard. We know where that is. They need immediate rescue. Now, what the people did who didn't take care and get their dog neutered or spayed is they just made more work for you, for example, and other people who are doing rescues.
Absolutely. And then, you know, a lot of people will say, well, how does that affect me if I'm not an animal lover?
Right.
Well, it affects the entire community.
Right.
It truly, truly does. You have dogs like that that are in crates on the side of the road. They can wander onto the street. They can cause an accident. Those dogs can end up living on the streets because what if nobody saves them? They become feral dogs. And it's very difficult to deal with feral dogs. There's, most people know about feral cats, but feral dogs are very, very...
They can be very dangerous.
Yeah, they can be very dangerous also.
So you've got people lined up that will foster the dog.
Correct.
You don't have like 1,000 dogs at your house.
No. Close, but no.
You have a lot.
I feel like it, but no.
And this is an expensive operation. Dog food it takes so much to do an organization like this. Do you accept donations?
We absolutely do. We're 100%. We run 100% on donations.
Okay.
We don't get any grants or anything like that. So everything that we do, we have to solicit donations.
Right.
And so basically we're begging for money on a regular basis so that we can help dogs like Stanley. We specialize in medical cases. Stanley was found on the side of the road. And this sounds bad, but his eye was literally hanging out of his head. He needed immediate medical attention. Had he been taken to a shelter, there's no telling what would have happened.
And I don't know exactly what condition you got him, but looking at him now, even though he's missing an eye, I could tell he's happy. He's healthy. Look how happy he is. He's a happy, healthy dog now.
Yeah.
And so besides maybe contributions, you're also looking for people who have a space and a desire to help and maybe foster some dogs.
Absolutely. That saves their lives. And people will say, what I have to do to be a foster? Our main thing is, first of all, if you have pets, all of them have to be fixed because we don't want to add a lot of times.
Don't want the foster parents adding to the whole problem.
No, absolutely. So we require, and what we will do is if, somebody has a dog that's not fixed and they want to foster, our organization will actually help them and facilitate that.
There, yeah.
Absolutely. And then you have to keep them secure and safe, of course. We provide everything. And like I said, it saves their lives. It does. Right. And it helps us, and it also helps control the pet population. I remember Bob Barker used to always say that, and it kind of has been washed away, but he was so right on. Help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed and neutered is very important.
Right. It could start with you at home. So if you have a pet that's not spayed or neutered, can you advise them? Can they call you and say, where do I go?
Absolutely. We are always here to help and to facilitate that. We have programs also, our organization, Mell's Mutts, usually like once a year, we'll do a promotion where we offer free spay and neuters. We ask that you really don't have the funds. If you don't have the funds, contact us. But if you do have the funds, we ask that, you do that on your own. We can facilitate and show you or maybe give you a list of vets that do it at a lesser cost. But our funds are really designated for those individuals that really cannot afford to do it on their own. All we ask is that you write a letter and you tell us how much your pet means to you.
Great. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Addie, you're holding that dog. What a beautiful dog. What's his name? Stanley, okay. And he likes you. Do you see him every day, or what's his status?
Yeah, I see him like every once in a while.
Every once in a while? Okay, well, he's very comfortable with you. Sometimes those small dogs, they just shake and tremble and they're afraid of everything, but look what a well-adjusted dog that is. So.
He's awfully cute. We love him.
Mell's Mutt, I should say Mutts, right? Mell's Mutts.
Yes.
What else do you want us to know about your organization?
We really have a heart for our community. We really do. We are overwhelmed. We are overwhelmed with the amount of dogs. Our shelters are overwhelmed. They're trying their best, but at the end of the day, there's just not enough room, and there's not enough people that want all these dogs.
The shelters have these things they must follow, and they can only hold so many dogs, and they must be destroyed. And we thank goodness for people like Mel Garcia, Mell's Mutts, that are rescue, and you can't rescue them all.
No.
That's why I say, can I put your phone number? Because we don't need 10 million people calling you saying, I was sloppy, so I want you to come clean it up for me.
Yeah, no, and that's very true. We cannot rescue every single dog out there, and that's heartbreaking, but it's reality. It is reality.
Well, thank you for what you do, Mell's Mutts, and Addie. Thank you for coming, and Stanley. Appreciate all you guys. And by the way, if you didn't copy this information down, call me here at Central Valley Talk. I'm going to keep Mell's phone number right on my desk, and I'll give you her direct number. If you want to help, maybe donate something, maybe be a foster, we'd love for you to do that. We will be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.